Hi, I'm Dr. L. Carol Scott, a trauma-informed developmental psychologist who brings you the SAS, self-aware success strategies to help you get along better on all the adult playgrounds where you play. Today, I'm going to be talking about moms and daughters, daughters and moms. If you're a daughter who has a challenged or stressful or tense relationship with mom, or if you're a mom who has a stressed or challenged relationship with a daughter, this video is for you. So, moms and daughters traditionally, historically, have had relationships that can be really fraught with various kinds of tensions. We raise our daughters, we hope, to be strong and to live lives that are happy just as we would any child, regardless of gender. And somehow that mother-daughter bond is strong but sometimes stressful. We often go through the teen years in a lot of stress and challenge with our daughters. And adult daughters tend to have a lot of reactivity to their moms. So what are some of the tools that the success strategies and self-awareness can bring to your relationship with your daughter or with your mother? I want to start by talking about the heart of who you both are. The heart of who you are is the first 3 years of your life. The first 3 of the self-aware success strategies come into life during that period. Your ability to trust, your ability to be who you are, an independent, unique person, your independence, and your faith, your ability to believe in the impossible, the unknown, the fantastic, the things you dream of, the possibilities, your capacity for imagination. Those 3 strategies for interpersonal success, trust, independence, and faith, are the heart of who you are, whether you're a mom or a daughter. And so let's take a look at how those develop in the earliest years of life. Each of us, moms and daughters, each of us, all humans, have these 3 success strategies available to us as interpersonal relationship strategies, starting with our development at birth. Your first 3 years are the most important years for developing your capacities for getting along with other people, and yet none of us remember those first 3 years. Our memories of our early childhood usually begin about 4 or 5 years of age. So how do we know how to look at what might have happened to create interruptions or missteps along that path of development? Well, let's start with that first one, trust. Trust is really not an on-off switch about whether someone is reliable for you. Trust is about whether people meet your needs. And if you think about infants, that makes perfect sense because infants need everything. Infants are born utterly dependent on their parents, the adults in their environment, and everything they need is either brought to them, provided to them, or not. And so our earliest development of the capacity to trust is about the pattern of getting our needs met. So as a newborn infant, you need basic physical needs met. You need to be fed, you need to be kept warm, you need to be protected from harm. But now that we're adults, we have different kinds of needs. This is about that you need validation from other people. You need people to see you for who you are. You need people who value your contributions, who give you that verbal pat on the head that says you did well from time to time. We all have a wide variety of interpersonal needs, and most of them are hidden from us. We aren't very conscious of them, and a lot of them are things that we've been taught to feel a little embarrassed about or even shamed about. And so when we think about needing things from other people, we fall quickly into the fear that we're too needy, and needy isn't attractive. But I'm here to tell you today that we're all needy. Every human being is a needy being. We need things from other people, and we have to learn what those things are and how we get those needs met as adults. And so let's take a look at what happens between mothers and daughters. Daughters need things from their moms, and that's right. We should keep needing things from our parents. And also, the mom needs things from other people and may be trying to get those needs met by her daughter. There may be ways in which she's looking to have herself validated as a parent. I remember my mom always telling us, don't do that. What will the neighbors think of me? We were supposed to validate her quality as a parent with our behavior. Now, that's not really a very helpful dynamic, and that's one of the things that leads to tension between moms and daughters, is that kind of interaction in childhood. But think about, as a mom, what are the things that you need as a woman, as a person, from other people in your life? And in my work, my coaching, I offer something I call development do-overs that include this analysis. What do I need? Who is meeting the need? And who could meet the need that I'm not asking? And then we can look at the pattern. So are you leaning on your daughter to meet all your needs? Or are you not allowing your daughter to meet any of your needs? Those two extremes, probably neither of which are helpful, kind of bookend a large continuum in between. So it's important to really look specifically at me, what I need from other people, and how I'm getting those needs met. And likewise, as a daughter, as an adult daughter, you've almost become a peer to your mother. You are a grown-up, theoretically. You have your own life, you're running things on your own, and yet you might still be needing things from your mom. Are those reasonable needs for her to meet still? Is she somebody that you can depend on for certain things, but you probably should be looking elsewhere to get other needs met? So as adult women in relationship with our mothers, we really need to take a close look at what we need and what kinds of needs we're turning to mom to meet. Once we become more self-aware of what we need, then we can really take a look at how to get the needs met in a healthy way and increase our trust in other people as we gradually allow them to meet our needs in healthy ways. And that's what it's all about, to reclaim the success strategy of trust from when you were an infant. It's all about identifying how to get your needs met today. Moving on to the success strategy of independence, this is what toddlers are supposed to get. This self-awareness that they are a unique individual, that nobody else in the world is just like them. And the way toddlers come to know that is they start expressing how they think, what they feel, and what they want. Their thoughts and opinions and beliefs start coming out of their mouths, their emotions start coming out of their mouths, and their desires, their longings start coming out in their behavior. And a lot of times, toddlers meet with the message from their parents, their grown-ups around them, their teachers: what you think, what you want, and what you feel is not okay with me. So since we're about to get very real about that, I changed environments to be very real with you about where I live. This is the inside of my little 24-foot RV that I call She Who takes me everywhere. She who must be fed gasoline. So I'm going to finish this video up right here. So if the message for either the daughter or for the mom from her mom was a consistent pattern of what you think, what you feel, and what you want is not okay with me, however unintentionally, then that is going to create a lot of tension. That's going to mature into a very stressful, intense pattern for mom and teenage daughter and mom and adult daughter. Because the child who receives that message is going to be a person who does not have a strong self-concept or stable sense of self-worth. If what I think and try to express is seen as inappropriate, wrong, somehow not understandable, if how I feel is considered to be overwhelming by the parent, by the adults, if what I want is consistently something I cannot have, and I am even maybe shamed for having those thoughts and feelings and those longings, then I'm not going to have a sense of myself as a unique being. I'm not going to really know who I am. And that turns into very quickly patterns of codependence, patterns of victimhood, or patterns of bullying. We either internalize those responses to that kind of messaging, or we externalize them, we project them onto other people. So if we become an adult who tries to control other people, that's because we felt so controlled. And so in the coaching work that I do, we really focus very heavily on this developmental period where we first find, cultivate, identify our identity, and where we first learn to feel okay about who we are. Now, if both mom and daughter, now an adult, have that sense of, I don't feel comfortable in my own skin, I don't have a container, a skin around how I think, a metaphoric skin. You've got your physical boundary, your edges of your actual skin, but there needs to be a skin around your mind, around your thoughts, your beliefs, your opinions. You need to know that what you think is different from what other people think. And if you think about very young children, they often don't know this yet because they don't yet have this container for themselves. And so children think that you have memories that they have about events that you weren't present for. They might say, remember yesterday when I did this and you weren't there. They have feelings that they also believe are shared by other people. And it's astonishing to them when they find out that they're upset but someone else isn't. It feels like a betrayal. And you can see the transition out of this place of no boundary, no skin around the emotions, to the having of one, when a child goes from someone else starts crying and they start crying because emotion is contagious. If you don't have an emotional skin, you just pick up the emotions from everyone else, to the little bit more mature state of recognizing someone else has a feeling and being sympathetic or empathetic, and a child patting another child on the shoulder when they're crying or upset and saying it'll be okay. That indicates that the container around that child's emotional life is forming. They recognize, she's upset, I'm not. But I know what that feels like. I have that experience within me, but I'm not feeling it right now. And then that container, that same skin, if you will, needs to be wrapped around the things that we want. Because what we want is different from what other people want. And that's never clearer than when you're a toddler, because toddlers want all the things, and mostly grown-ups don't want the toddlers to have the things they want. So the more we can help when children are very little, the more we can help them identify who they are uniquely, express their thoughts, express their feelings in healthy, non-painful ways. You get to have the feeling, you don't get to hurt other people with the feeling. Have the things that they want, at least sometimes, most of the time if possible. Help them learn how to respond in a healthy way to what they want, what they think, and what they feel. But if none of that happened for daughter or for mom when she was a little girl, then we wind up with two adult women who don't know who they are, who are finding other people's emotions contagious, who think that other people's thoughts are judgments of them if they don't think the same thing, who want different things for each other and for themselves. These kinds of dynamics can create a lot of conflict between moms and daughters. And in my coaching work, what I focus on is helping us identify those skins of identity. It's the first boundaries of our lives, the boundaries around who we are. Knowing who you are, knowing that you are okay as you are, that your thoughts, your feelings, your longings, the things you need and want, they matter and they're okay. No need to feel ashamed of being needy. No need to feel ashamed of wanting something. No need to feel ashamed of thinking something different from other people or feeling things that are different from other people. Knowing that I'm okay as I am is a big, big part of being able to get along well with other people, especially getting along with your mom or your daughter. So the third success strategy that forms the heart of who we are, I call faith. It's not about religion, although it includes it, but it's the ability to believe in anything. The ability to believe in big dreams that you have for yourself or for your daughter. Ability to believe in impossibility, in things you can't prove. The ability to pretend, to play, to enjoy the relaxation of not having to be right all the time and to just act as if something is true. That's the success strategy of faith, and it is a success strategy for getting along with other adults. So if the 3-year-old child, the little girl, heard all the time not to be so fanciful, grow up, get serious, no, you can't grow up to be a unicorn, get real. If that's the main message that comes from mom, then both of them are going to emerge into an adult to adult relationship that has no joy, no playfulness, no imagination, no ability to just relax and have a good time together, because everything has to be serious and right and correct. And that is a source of huge tension. Adding the ability to be playful, to imagine, and to dream big dreams and share them without any feelings of wrongness. That's an important part of adults being able to get along with each other. And so that's a third place to look at the mom and daughter relationship for a way to ease the path. So if for you as a mom or you as a daughter, if there is a dynamic around getting your needs met that you feel is a conflict with your mom's ability to meet the needs or your daughter's willingness to meet your needs, then it's time to start there and take a look at what is it exactly that I do need from other people and who can I trust to meet which of my needs. That's an important question to begin with. And then to follow that up with the strategy of independence, who am I in other ways? What do I think? What do I believe? What are my opinions? And how are they different from my mom's or my daughter's? And are we both okay, even with those differences intact? What do I feel emotionally in the presence of an event in my life? And is my mom's feeling or my daughter's feeling different from that? And can I live with that? Can I have that be okay? Without feeling that I'm wrong because they're different. I think that's a huge source of stress between moms and daughters. Moms and daughters are different from each other. It's okay. It doesn't mean anything bad about either one of you. And then, to really tackle that dream. It sounds a little counterintuitive to say tackle a dream, but you have to be able to let a dream grow and you have to hold it and nurture it. And so if there is no play, if there is no dreaming, if there is no invention, no imagination, it's time to learn how to get some. I encourage you to join me on a Sunday Salon, the second Sunday of every month, a 90-minute small group discussion that is inclusive and growthful and so full of actual change for the participants. And it's free. 90 minutes of free coaching from me, all about trust, independence, faith, and the other success strategies that follow it: negotiation, vision, compromise, and acceptance. And let's get some of those into the lives of moms and daughters so that we can smooth the path, ease the road ahead, and develop relationships between moms and daughters that are less stressful, less charged, and more fun, more fulfilling, and more supportive. Join me in the work and get out there and be more sassy today.